I feel like I'm the only one on YouTube that will be talking about Neptune and how that it has to do with the father in a chart. If you're looking at a chart and you want to look at the depths of the influence that the father has and the grandfather, you look at the Neptune. And right now, mankind and everybody is going through Jupiter conjunct Neptune, which to me, you know, the astrologers on YouTube don't even mention this at all, and I watch several of them, like 5, and none of them really say, "Oh, by the way, um, issues of the father could be coming up at this time," especially if you have an effect, like if it's directly affecting it. Depends on what planet. Like for me, it hits my Venus. Exactly. I mean, that conjunction was exact, and I can't say that I didn't go through dealing with relationship issues, like kind of the residue of things that was really like paternal, I guess you would call it, having to do with my dad, um, self-worth issues. Let me deal with this thing. But this is for everybody, to me, because it's a epic Neptune. The Jupiter is hitting it. Now we're going to have um, in Pisces, we're going to have Venus hitting Neptune, and then we're going to have Mars hitting Neptune. Let alone, yes, it has to do with the spiritual influences that we are experiencing. It has like things to do like with television, the magic of television. It has to do with arts. It has to do with spirituality. The smoke and mirrors behind the symbolism and all that, the magic, really. And that's why they're saying like with the Jupiter conjuncting Neptune is really setting off that for man. If you are quiet enough, you can feel the magic of existence itself. And it's just, for me, it's just an extreme of, yes, that's there, but then there's, I have a water leak, and I had this burden of being alone without a good partner because I had to go through, well, I need to work things out, with the self-worth. And to me, I already worked that out. Like once before, I already worked it out. So I think I did good, despite all of the vulnerability and every bit of it that would say, well, you should just go for the um even lower than you've ever gone before, which, I haven't really conducted disrespectful relationships in my life. Really, I have soul mated kind of things. I make sure that the person is coherent at least, you know what I mean? And me, and I always go right there. If we're going to communicate, it's like first thing I say is, man, I was abandoned when I was a child, and let me tell you my issues. Anyway, getting back to this is the same for everybody. We have issues with our dear old dad who is influenced and pressurized by the system, and the TV set, and who is their boss, like spiritually. It kind of ties in with the education you get spiritually. Neptune, let's see, it's the ruler of Pisces. And so it's in Pisces. So it's kind of this exaggerated bloom of this thing. And why has not the astrologers, I'm sitting here looking at myself with kind of how I just feel so, I can see some things of the world and I can see some things of people. And I look at some of these videos and I think, oh my God, I look just like my dad. But why hasn't any astrologers said anything? And by the way, it's fucking daddy bloom time. Everybody has daddy issues, you can say especially women, but no, men can have their daddy issues too. Everybody does. And it really kind of stems back to, well, what was mom thinking over there? Why did she allow daddy to do any of that? And I'm not saying that anybody's going to keep and look after anybody, but we do have an influence, and it's like, well, She just says, "Yeah, go fight for what? Go fight for who? In Vietnam? Okay, you go over there or wherever." And it's like, well, did she choose that particular fight? Excuse me, no, we're happy at home and we have a garden here. Could you go find somebody else to fight your fucking war that has nothing to do with me? Right now, I would just like to fix my fence, or let's create a happier neighborhood. But instead, it's like bust everything up and go and do all this. And sure, you can do that, but you can't really send happy people off to war. So why and how does everybody get so miserable that that is like a okay thing to do? And getting back to who's the intelligence here responsible? Because it's like a lot of times it's like, excuse me, that's my army. That's what how women should be. They should say, no, that you don't take my men away. He was plowing the field and I need this and now what are you gonna really? Am I gonna the women go to work, start fucking riveting airplane wings together? Why? Because the money is good? Shit, man, that's fucking funny movie. Aliens directing human energy into the fucking meat grinder. I don't know. Is that the name of the film?